he still here? Alfred. Hello, Janice.
Hi, Katie.
How are
Oh,
you?
that's cute.
What's that? Yeah,
Yeah,
see, I had to
the-
put a
yeah.
festive background up.
Yeah, that looks really nice. I
Yeah.
thought you were going to put you said something about pilgrim hats, and I thought you were going to have pilgrim hats on us. And I said,
No.
Kate, we've got to get going.
No,
It's
I wanted
1:30.
something without pilgrim hats.
Yeah, no, that's
So I
cute.
found it.
Yes.
And Alfred is a little meowy.
Yeah, well, we could hear you talking to him.
Could you?
Yes.
Oh.
We've gotten used to some of that before you go live.
Okay, well, usually I have
popcorn.
All right. Well, it's part of it. Here we go. So yeah, Alfred was he's a little meowy. Yeah, we were Miranda had to pick him up and bounce him like a baby.
Is he still on his diet?
Oh yeah.
He's
doing well.
I can't get Sadie to lose an ounce, but that's another time, right?
Yeah, he's trying. We're doing okay. Is he still here, Miranda? Oh, okay. Well,
Margaret wants to know if he's got a pilgrim hat.
He does not. He needs one.
Yeah.
He needs something. I don't know what he needs, but yes. So here we are. JP, happy Thanksgiving Eve. It's great to see everybody.
Yeah.
I was really happy to pop in from Mexico to see you all. Thanks everyone for holding down the fort, but I'm glad to be home.
We're glad to have you home.
Yes, indeed. So I am having a nice festive latte. I made myself a latte this morning. So that was good. Terry has a quick question, and Miranda and I can answer that. Terry asked, she said, my order came and it was signature required. Is this new? So Terry, signature is required if it's over a certain total, I guess. So if you don't, so we do that because in all transparency, we had very rarely do any of our orders go astray, but we had a high ticket order go astray. And when I say high ticket order, it was a high ticket order. So we have started on orders over, I think, what is it? 200. We've started adding a signature. If you don't want that signature on there, you can leave us like a little order note that says, please, no signature required. But if your order goes astray, we can't replace it because it's, especially here around the holidays, it gets a little more difficult to track things down and stuff. So if you know that when your package comes, but if you don't want a signature, if it's over 200, let us know and we won't put it on there. And I know it can kind of be a pain in the butt if you're like, oh, I'm not home, I just want it. But sometimes if it goes astray, and it very rarely does, but this big ticket order kind of spooked us a little bit.
Thank you for the order, Terry.
And yes. So that's what was going on. So, but
Okay.
Terry, you can always say no signature required and we will put it. But so just to let you know, a little behind the scenes thing. No. If we combine, yeah. So if it's a big order, if it's a big package that's worth a lot, and then it goes astray, because if it's not a signature required, and I don't need to belabor this, but then we have more recourse if there's a signature required with the post office. Does that make sense? And feel free to shoot us an email if you want to chat about it or whatever. But that's where we're coming from on it. I know, Janice, people are saying, look at your neck. What are you wearing?
I know. I have a neck mess going on. This is also part of the. First of all, we had those pictures that when we did Odyssey together in 2019. So I sort of replicated it. This one is from also like 2019, but I'm one who doesn't wear big chunky jewelry usually. I will wear lots of little things, and I've always been that way.
Mm-hmm.
And Odyssey is a great example of a bulky necklace that doesn't look bulky because it's small beads.
Yeah.
That create a larger thing. So I am wearing the citrine and pearl. I'm wearing, I can take them all off when we're doing this, and then I'll show them after.
Yeah.
But I'm wearing a neck mess. Yes.
Janice found.
Gwen, thank you. We have a Gwen bracelet. You know, we have an Odyssey.
Yeah, the Gwen and the Lydia. I have them right here.
Yeah.
Janice was looking at old Odyssey projects.
Yeah.
So we had promised you a couple of weeks back when I did the necklace, and we did the necklace on the Born Yesterday. We had said we were going to do this all in one day, right? Because
we thought we could.
We thought we could. We couldn't. That Born Yesterday project went to 2 broadcasts, but we pulled the Odyssey, and so we're going to do the Odyssey today, and it should only take us one today. It depends on how crazy we get. But Janice was looking at the old projects. There's a great handout that Janice wrote a while back, but I have this. She did a screenshot. We did this back in 2019. Let's see if I can show here. I'm going to show the picture. It's pretty cute.
It is.
There we are. Look at, I have that Alfie mug. You are wearing the same. Let's see. I'm actually wearing a t-shirt under this. Hang on. I'm going to do a quick costume change here. There we go. There we go. I've done a costume change. So you can see. Here we go. There. I'm back. There we are. Costume change.
Oh, that's so funny.
So yeah, I had a t-shirt on under my sweater.
Yeah.
Plus I was getting a little warm. So there we are.
That green though is a perfect green for you.
Oh, thanks. I love that sweater. I don't know.
Yeah.
I went shopping.
Hold it up again so everyone can see how great it looks on you.
Well, that's really nice. Now it's inside out, and
it doesn't matter. Just
here we are.
Just hold. There you go. It's the perfect Kate green.
I like the green. That's
for sure. I look awful in that green.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, I need olive.
Olive is your green. That's for sure.
Spearmint, no.
Yeah, I like it.
It's gonna work.
Well, so I pulled out a whole bunch of samples here that we're going to look at.
Yeah,
let's isn't that Sharon? You are so nice. How the heck are you women looking younger? Spill the tea.
Well, Kate looks younger. That you're absolutely right, Sharon.
I don't know.
Kate looks
I'm working.
younger.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to live a healthy lifestyle.
I'm wearing the same bracelet I wore in that video in 2019.
I love
That's
it.
how well these things hold up.
It is really
Never
true.
restrung it.
Yeah, it's really true. My mom is saying that it is her color too. It's true. It matches her
Yeah.
eyes. Maybe that's
Yeah.
true. We have the Ferranti, the
Yeah.
blue eyes, those
Yeah.
Northern Italian eyes.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't rub it in, Kate, okay? You don't have to keep telling us about your Northern Italian genes.
I've got the Southern Italian genes too,
Oh, that
JP.
too.
The
That too.
Sicilian genes. Janice, you have that good skin.
No.
Yeah, look at
Anyway,
Janice's skin. I know.
let's
Let's move it along.
yeah.
JP, we though have decided there's a couple things I want to announce before we get to this.
Okay.
Janice and I chatted yesterday along with Miranda and Emily, and we settled on a date for our movie night.
Yep.
So we will have a lot of time to chit chat. And that date, Janice, I'm going to look.
December 17th, correct?
No,
It's
December. We were going to do it on a Thursday, right? Not the Wednesday.
Yeah, I thought, the 18th.
Correct.
Yeah, sorry.
So it's going to go in the newsletter, but we are planning our Beadshop holiday movie party. It is going to be on the 18th. Does that work for everyone?
Is Margaret saying no?
Margaret.
Oh, Margaret.
Well, we can move it. We can move
Well,
it to
we
Wednesday.
better move it because if it's a no for Margaret, she's the one who brings the cheese.
I know, right? Let us know. Does that
What are
date
you
work?
saying? What are you saying, Margaret? Is
What do
no
you say?
no,
What do you
or is
say?
no maybe?
All right, let us know. Okay, so we'll confirm that date.
With
Yeah,
Margaret.
we'll confirm that date with Margaret. And this weekend, I want you folks to check your newsletters. We've got some things. We're playing it a little low key. This, a little low key. This. Oh no, she was repeating Kate's no. Okay, perfect.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it'll be the 18th. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Thank
check
you.
your
Thank
newsletters.
you, Margaret. So glad you could join us.
So glad you could join us. So funny. So that will be our chatting. We are going to base it. We've got a couple of like little project things and stuff. So there's going to be more info on that. This kind of Black Friday weekend, though, we did want to mention we're playing it a little low key. We've got some fun things. We're going to focus on creativity. I've got a fun release for you on Friday. We've got a fun release for you on Saturday. We've got some other little things. So,
Are you going to say that those kits, the things on Friday are like a little?
I know.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's kind of, well, you'll tune in on Friday and find out.
Yeah. Please watch.
Please watch. It's kind of, it's epic.
Yeah.
Is what it's going to be. But we're just trying, what I say when I mean low key is we're trying to take the pressure off and the air out and just relax. We want you to relax this Thanksgiving weekend. We're going to relax. Let's just take the temperature down a little bit, right? And exactly, Dawn, support small businesses, support our friends, support you in creativity. So we're not going to be so frenzied, right?
Maybe I'll add some more stuff to the stack.
Yeah. Miranda's all, maybe she'll add more D-Stash stuff. You never know. Keep an eye on D-Stash for sure. Miranda is ready. So that's what's going on there. So stay tuned to your newsletters is what I wanted to say. So JP, I'm going to add my screen and I want you to talk a little bit about Odyssey.
Okay.
And about what we've kind of how it's evolved. This is a project that you started. Oh, and I'm looking back through the comments. Gita's here. Hi, Gita, friend. Happy
Yeah.
early
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
fantastic.
Gita is asking about the tips for these.
Oh, what? Uh,
And we
we
emailed.
just got them in, didn't
Did
we?
we just get them in?
I think they came in and then they sold out. So I have to.
No, I don't think we had them in. We haven't had them in for a while. Just the tips, JP, not the not the thread burner.
Oh, the replacement.
Gita,
replacement
I will message you. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
I'll WhatsApp you
Okay.
and
perfect.
I will order them. I thought we got them in.
We haven't had them in a while, I don't think.
I thought we got them in with the Pro Polish.
They're on back order.
They were on back order.
Oh,
That was
okay.
the dealio.
Okay, that's a bummer that if
Yeah.
you need one.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
I'd like a thread burner that you don't have to replace the tip.
Yeah. Well,
That's what I want.
that would be amazing.
Okay.
All right. So I wanted to throw that out there while I was thinking of it.
Okay.
All right. Let's take a look at this. So JP, talk a little bit about the first Odyssey that you made, I think was, I don't know, 2015.
Yes, it was the one on the olive. What's that one called?
Do I have it here?
It's my favorite. I don't know what happened to it.
I have this one old school. When we used to have those cubes, we don't have these anymore.
Well, you know what's interesting is that the cubes, the
These semi-precious cubes.
SB18, oh, those. Well, those had really small holes.
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever did an Odyssey with those small. I don't remember. We used the cubes. And what's interesting is that Miyuki is phasing out the size 3. So it was called. We have. I'll put the link in. It was called Olive Branches, and by mistake we put the olive wax linen in G-stash. We've gotten it back. Anyway, it's still out of stock, but we're not closing it out. But that was the first one that I did. And you're asking me to reach back in my memory and figure out why I did this project.
Well, I think you have a great handout for it. I think that this is a fun one because you can wear it as a necklace
or a bracelet.
Yeah. And I think it just stems from you wanting something easy and simple to wear and create and light, like you were saying,
Well, it's also related to, at the time, poetry and spacing out pearls on, like microcelon, or that was really popular when we had the tough cord, which was just that right size, one that you could. But now we do the poetry, which I'll get the link on that in a second. But this was just like, okay, let's take poetry and let's put it on our favorite stringing material, which is wax linen. And I think at the time the cubes were new to us, the SB 3s and 4s. And as I said now, for some reason, Miyuki, it's not just Miyuki, but lots of different styles of beads are they're being rethought at the factories. Like, just like we're going, we're carrying far too many, like this bead and this bead and this bead and this bead and this color. It's like, by the time you look at the prices going up and the cost of gold and the cost of copper and silver and red,
Yeah, red.
And then you have to get all of it in. The factories are also saying, well, what are the best-selling beads? We're seeing this now. I haven't really talked about this, but we're starting to see it in the symbols.
Yeah.
We're starting to see where they made a decision to not sell the rose gold. But Kate, you and I knew that from day one. Rose gold was
right.
gone.
Exactly. Yeah.
But now they're starting to say we can't carry gold, antique silver, and antique brass. And so some of them, I mean, if you really love the antique brass, I'm going to start making notations on the product pages, but we don't have to worry now. But some of the products that come in antique brass and gold, they're only going to have them in gold.
And gold, so, yeah. And this is for symbols we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. So,
but we'll let you folks know in plenty of time.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting. It's just kind of, where things are headed, it's.
Yeah, exactly. So let me just, I just want to link, unless you want to do it. Do you want to?
No, you go ahead and link, and I want to talk about a couple of these that I have in front of me. Okay. So these pieces, if you go to our Odyssey, we've got just a ton of projects with the Odyssey. We do it in necklace form, in bracelet form. This is one that I did years ago for Beads, Baubles, and Jewels. This was a Beads, Baubles, and Jewels project when I was on with Katie Hacker a while back. Yeah, this has those mustard cubes. I think it also has the Miyuki spacers. These might have been O beads, but you could use the Miyuki spacers here. The beautiful thing about these is you can use any bead. And I'll show you. I pulled a color palette to use today, and I'll kind of talk to you about what I used. This is a gorgeous one that Janice did a while back as well. And she did this with, let me show you here. It has kind of a little tassel here on the end, right here. And she used a variety of different kind of ways to put this together. We call this Odyssey, but it could also be just a float, whatever. But Janice used, here is the wax linen that she used here. This one is with 1 millimeter leather, and it's macrame. And then see how you come out, and there's, I'm going to get a little tighter in here. This was the one, Janice, that we may have done where we showed that screenshot of you and me.
Yes, I think it is.
Let me get a little tighter. So see, here's the bugles right here. That's a great one. Then this one is just a piece of knotted 1 millimeter leather. Here's another piece on the wax linen with just the 8/0 seed beads. Here's the macrame. Look at how nice this macrame looks, just with the cubes and the bugles.
Can you get a little closer, Kate? Can you show us a little?
Can you see that? Let me.
I think my glasses are a little.
There we go.
So I also linked the Micro Float, which is an archived project, which sort of was the project that everything was a spin-off from. I should have looked at what year that was. It's like,
oh, that was eons ago.
Eons, yeah. It's in
over maybe 15 years, probably.
Yeah. So let's.
But I wanted to show you one of the things that Janice was saying when we were, I'm going to move out just a little bit. When we were talking about this piece earlier today, if you look at the handout's vary, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3, whatever. We did that. But you really can add thread or take away thread wherever you want to in this project. Because I want to point this out. You can see here where the button, see how this is macrameed, then the button comes on, and then it's macrameed here to kind of close it off, and then all of the strands kind of come here as like a little tassel. Well, right here at this section, what Janice did was she gathered a bunch of the threads and then she tied them off, because this is the closing end, not the starting end. Okay. She tied them all off and then she glued that knot and just got rid of a bunch of the strands, right? So that she kind of thinned everything out over here. So don't worry about like where you have to add, where you have to take away. You can just add it wherever, because see, this one has 1, 2, I think this had 3 strands here, because there's a single strand where the beads are strung on, or maybe 2 strands, and then it's macrameed around. So just right here at the closure, all overhand knot, glue it, and then just cut away the threads you don't want, right? Really easy. It started, this was the starting side right here.
Right.
And this was started, I'll show you, like the one that I have here that I'm going to show you. So you can definitely mix the media for this. This is a really nice one. I also have this mixed media one that I did kind of similar. I think this is Chinese knotting cord in 0.4.
You sure that isn't
No, it's
wax linen?
It's CKC. I promise you.
Okay.
Because I can see, I remember doing this one. I just came through and I looped it through.
Yeah.
Like this. There is some of the wax linen. It's here, this ivory that we can't get anymore. I don't know why they discontinued ivory, but they did. And then I also used 11/aughts, and this is on Ceylon right here. So you can definitely mix your media on that. And I started on this side. I'll show you how we start. We come around and then we go all the way around and then we finish with this button. So it really just depends on that.
I would like to say though, Kate, that for anyone who is starting out making this for the very first time, my recommendation is that you start with one fiber,
right,
like wax linen, a few beads that will all fit on, and do just the original
really simple. Yeah,
so that you get a handle on what it is you're doing. And then when you go to do your second one, you can add all these different threads in, or just one other one. You do need a secondary thread to do the macrame knot. So if you're using Ceylon, you don't need necessarily another Ceylon, but if you're using wax linen, you do need something that will do that macrame loop.
Well, Janice, I'm using the wax, and I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You are.
I did.
Okay, I won't argue with that.
I mean, you could have, I mean, you could introduce, because let me show you the difference here.
Yeah.
Here's the Ceylon, and here's the wax linen. And there's definitely a difference in the look. Let me zoom in. And you may like the look of one more than the other. But the way I'm going to close this one that I'm showing you today, the way I'm going to close that off, I'm going to do something a little different. So you'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, you're also not, your wax linen buttonhole or button loop is not going to take the rough and tumble that the light tangerine Ceylon one is, because that's going to go in and out of the button. So But that's interesting. I would not recommend it necessarily for a button loop because the wax, if it's roughed up a lot, it sort of gets a whitish tinge to it. The wax starts to,
Right.
I
The
don't know.
wax starts
I'm just old school, you know
to,
me.
but you can,
I'm curious. Yeah.
you only need a small section
Yeah.
to do this. So you can grab some Chinese knotting cord, some
Mhm.
Ceylon, whatever it is out of your stash and just make this little loop. I didn't want to introduce yet another cord.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm just going to do this.
I've just never done it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's,
This one that
it's
we have.
fine. I just, you know, I'm just from the earlier generation. So now I'm learning.
So this is one I think that Krista made a billion years ago. This I think also has, I feel like that's wax linen. I can't tell. But notice how, I mean, this is just basically a float necklace, you know, in that
Yeah.
Odyssey style that you could wrap several times. It has the bigger beads on it. These are 8 mm.
Yeah.
So you could use something bigger, right? Whatever you like, you can use.
It looks like purple wax linen.
Yeah, I think that's what this is.
Yeah.
And what I also like you were mentioning, Janice, something just very simple.
Mhm.
These are just the cubes, not just the cubes. I mean, I love the cubes, and I feel like sometimes we don't use the cubes enough because I kind of forget about them. But the Miyuki cubes are cool.
They're very cool.
And look at how nice this looks all wrapped. I think this ends up being about a 3 wrap. And Janice, I saw in the comments back that Leslie had a question about both sword and stone or circle and stone videos. I think they're both on the page.
Circle and stone.
The let me look. The Born Yesterday project we did together. I'm just going to check real quick.
Are they
Stone and Circle, sorry. If you go to the project page, Leslie, and you click on the video, both of the videos are lined up. The old one is on top and the new one is on the bottom. So they're both there. I'll put it in the link. I just wanted to make sure you saw that. So if there are multiple videos on a project, they're just, if you hit the little video button, they're stacked up usually because I link both of them on there. So they're there. But look at how nice this looks as a bracelet with just that cube.
I love it.
I love it too.
This project has been so successful for us. It's just, it's such a great technique.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to add that tassel. But that the tassel is one way of getting rid of all those extra cords you don't need.
Right, exactly.
You know, it just
see, here's this one with the 2 wrap, and look at the contrasting color of the closure.
I think this was the first time, if you go back to that one sample that we did in the turquoise and the purple, I think that was the first time that I ended a button.
Yeah, like
by
this.
macrameing on either side of it.
Right, I think you're right.
Looping it back. I said, why do you have to loop it back? Why can't you just, or knotting it off? Why
Can
can't
you see that? Let me zoom in.
On both sides.
Because see how the shank is a little small. And so
Yeah.
Janice had to take out, so that's what this tassel is all about. It's these extra strands coming out here and just tasseling.
Mm-hmm.
And then they all go up to here macrame. Then the button slipped on. Then the macrame threads that you macrame this part with slipped under the button shank as
Yeah.
well.
And just continue.
Continued and then finished.
Yeah.
Right? It is a great way to finish it off. And the loop sits
It's
very
nicely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just-
Yesterday, Janice and I and Emily and Miranda, we were looking at some fresh buttons. We've got some fresh check glass buttons coming for you next month sometime. I'm really excited. We've got some nice ones coming.
yeah, they're very pretty.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
And this is nice. It's really nice to showcase a button. So let me show you. I'm going to show you one more before we get to the project. I'm going to highlight me here for a second.
Okay.
And here,
I just thought everyone wants to say hi to Sammy.
oh, Sammy,
There's
I'll put
Sammy.
here. Hang on while I get this. There he is.
Sammy, say hi.
Oh, look at Sammy.
Say hi, Sammy.
Not a thought behind those eyes.
I
JP.
know. I know. And this is what he does for a living.
That's right. Love it.
Ugh,
We joke that Alfred is our HR manager.
yeah.
So, you know what happens. You know how that is. So let me show you this. This is one that Janice did that is a long,
Yeah.
it's really just like a scarf. She used
Rainbow.
the ring, yeah, the rain, it's called rainbow. She used one of the rings. You could use any of the hammered rings or non-hammered rings or whatever that we had. And these are old tiara casts that don't exist anymore. Tiara cast RIP. This is actually a nun design, but a couple of these are tiara cast. But you could weight them with anything. And the
Yeah.
way that this goes, I'm going to take this one off.
There are several ways it goes.
Yeah. Where's the button?
Isn't it in is it in back?
No, it's right here. I just couldn't.
Oh.
There we go. This is the kit that we just did.
Yeah.
So I can do it here. I can wrap, and then you just add this through the ring. Look at how great this looks. There we go. It was such an ingenious
So simple.
design, JP, this
Thank
one that
you.
you did. And this is just Padres.
Yeah.
So what Janice did was she just did a color shift starting at the top.
Yeah. I'm going to link that while you show it.
And this is 5 strands. It's really just deluxe. And you can see it's close. There's not a lot of thread in between, but this is a real showstopper, especially for a holiday necklace. I mean, you can just wear it like this. You don't even have to wrap it. You just kind of let it do its thing, right? But isn't it just, here we go, like this. Look at how great that looks. So you can wear it long or short or whatever. But I really love it. You could use 6/0 instead of Padres. Just choose
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 colors in a color shift,
Mhm.
right? And it is long. Let me measure this length.
You
for
can also, if depending on your neck, you can go around twice and then
Right.
put the end through.
Right.
And I have pictures of that on the Rainbow Odyssey page.
Mm-hmm.
It's, where did it post? Oh yeah, I posted. So
There we go. Look at how
Yeah.
great that looks.
Yeah.
It's
So-
it's so fantastic.
Thank you. And all it
So
was to start, if you have a whole bunch of beads, you could easily do this with the wax linen and even 6/0.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
whole bunch of 6/0 in go to your closet or whatever, take them all out. Like what Kate did with the Frozen, where she put them all together and
Mhm.
mixed it all up a couple weeks ago. And those beads are not going to work with this, but 8 or 6/0 will work on Ceylon or wax linen. Most of the 8/0 will, but the 6/0 for sure. And then separate them by color, and
Mhm.
then put the colors out. Take a look at a color wheel and then separate them into a rainbow.
Mhm.
And then what you do is then you string them, like your reds together, and you've got 5 or 6 strands, 4, 5, 6 strands. So your color story does not have to be on just one thread. Your
No.
color story is coming down like a fabric. So you're
see-
able to shift the colors in. And I believe, don't we have a yeah, well, we have a video on this.
Yeah.
So if you go to the page on Rainbow Odyssey where I put the link in, you can go and watch the video on how we did this.
Yeah. And what I love that you did, Janice, is we started up here. So this is 43 inches
Mhm.
long. So what Janice did was she cut her strands doubled, and
Yeah.
then they double over. So 43 and 43 is
86.
86, right? So about a little bit longer because of the knots,
Mhm.
right? But the holes in the Padres, Deborah's asking, they're not that big. They're
Well,
comparable.
some I found just
the
wouldn't
6.
fit on the wax linen.
Yeah.
And there were others that if I really flattened the wax linen out with a plier, a chain nose plier, really flattened it, I could get it through. But overall, if you want to be guaranteed that they'll all fit on, then I would use like 6/0, 6/0 Miyukis. Or the beauty of the Padres is that they're not even.
Yeah, they're kind of
Not all
irregular.
the same size. But see how with the blues there, what I did was I introduced like one turquoise and a red, and then as I slowly moved to the red, I kind of popcorned in some of the old color, some of the new color, and then made the shift. So by the time you have 4, 5, or 6 strands, you get the color story and that 1 or 2, 3 things of yellow and the lighter green to the darker green. It all just, whoops. Oh, my poor little Sammy. It all just, it all looks good when you're done with it. Trust me on this.
And you can use anything for the bottom. Again, these are all kind of metal beads that unfortunately we don't have any longer, but you could use charms, you could use glass beads, and all that Janice did to finish this off was the bead went on right at the bottom, knotted with an 11-knot bead right there to kind of hold the, to make sure that this knot didn't pull up through the bead, and then knotted below that 11-knot.
Yeah.
And that's it. So again,
and then I did add, I think, a drop. Did I add a drop
of glue?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
you probably did. I don't know though. It doesn't
Maybe
really
not.
glue.
Wax linen I rarely use glue with.
Yeah.
Rarely.
And something like this, Terry has a good question here. Terry's asking, do you plan out each strand before you start stringing and knotting, or just string and adapt?
No pre-planning. The
Mm-mm.
pre-planning, Terry, goes in laying out the colors.
Right.
And
I'll
you
get
can
this ready
kind
for
of,
a screenshot.
yeah, I didn't pre-plan it. I mean, I should have probably, but I
Mhm.
didn't. I just say, okay, if you look at those sections, some are long, like the aqua, the turquoise might be longer and the red might be shorter. It really just depended on how many.
How
I
many of the
look at
colors
the
you have?
piles of beads. How many do
Yeah.
I have? But the only
There
pre-planning
it all
is
is.
making sure that if you've only got 6 of one color, that you think about where you're putting those 6 beads so that they're
Mhm.
not all on one strand. That's all.
Mhm.
But it doesn't, when you're all done with it, you don't know one strand from another.
Right.
Just a
Exactly.
pinch of this and a dash of that and a sprinkle of this other thing.
Yeah.
Exactly, Terry.
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly.
And I really love, this is a great time to screenshot too. Let me get my hand out of there. But again, this is, you can use just about anything. People have a lot of ideas about what they'd want to throw in there. Karen saying this is a good way to use up my chip gemstones. 100%. You could use, your Padres. You could use, somebody was saying they have some less than exciting 6/0s that you can sprinkle in there to, with some other colors that you really love.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's great. This, I really love this piece. I love the style. It's so chic, especially that
Thank
length.
you. Kate,
Um,
why don't you wear it?
I should wear it.
Yeah, it's just sitting there. Why
I
don't you
know.
wear it?
I know. I'll put it in my rotation.
Yeah.
I come out and put things on.
Yeah. But it's just sitting there. It
Yeah.
needs some attention.
It does. It's
But
such
if
a
you're
good
going to
one.
use chips or you're going to use whatever beads, the only thing, the pre-planning is you have to check the hole size.
Right.
That's the only thing you have to think about, is not anything but does the thread you've selected fit the holes? And that's
Mhm.
why if you have beads you want to use and the hole sizes are smaller than the wax linen will fit, then add some fine weight Ceylon in when
Right.
you start, so you'll have those threads alongside the wax linen that you can string on those chips or whatever. The other thing I do want to say is you don't have to worry about the knot being right up against the bead. This is
Right.
one project where no one is going to notice if the knots are close or the knots are far away. Does not matter.
It doesn't.
Yes, Gwen.
Yeah.
Yes, Gwen.
My mom says she could wear it. She does. She likes
Yes.
to come over and play jewelry. That is
Yes.
one of her favorites. While I'm moving this around, I'll tell you, JP, one of my mom's favorite memories is when our friend Winnie and I were doing a jewelry show in Monterey, and we stayed over at my mom's house, my parents' house, and Winnie had all of her jewelry there. My mom got up in the middle of the night and tried on all of Winnie's jewelry. It was so fun. So it is true. My mom does like to come over and try things on. All right, I've got all of this. I'm going to move this over.
Look at that.
They're so pretty. I'm going to put them right there. I did want to point this out because I wasn't able to do this with you live. But I wanted to show you the kit. We still have some of these kits available because I made so many of them because I love them so much. This is the jade and lapis harmony kit that I did last Friday. And I wanted to show you how it looked stacked with that circle and stone piece, because this is one that I'm going to layer. And if you wanted to do a say something gift for someone, this
Yeah.
piece, it's so fast and easy to make. It makes a perfect holiday gift, especially if you have someone who kind of really likes, kind of art jewelry or jewelry that really makes a statement. And it's the lapis, it's the nephrite jade. It's so gorgeous, and you can decide what color. But look at how great those stack.
And we're just about to get the old Cameroon, those wonderful.
Yeah, these back in.
Those are in the mail right now on their way to us. So those put yourself on the
list.
restock list if you like that old Cameroon.
Okay, so let me show you. I pulled some. I'm going to get these out of the way. I've got this here. I pulled a palette here. It's kind of messy. Do you need me? Oh, Emily is looking at my finery here. I think she wants to wear a necklace.
Oh, I have to take mine off, by the way.
Yeah. Here, let me do this. I'm stacking them. Oh, and someone wanted to see the earrings I was wearing. These are called Dragon Dance. They're under the dancer earring, also with the I Ching coin. This is my go-to pair of earrings that I wear when I don't know what to wear.
Well, they're beautiful.
I love them. Started my love of brick stitch.
Yeah.
So fun. So let me show you what I have here. What I did was, let me zoom out.
Oh, I'm covered in hair.
Oh, it's all right. Join the club, JP. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
I cut some Irish wax linen. I used the light rust. You can use whatever you want. You can use Irish wax linen. You can use Chinese knotting cord. You could use Ceylon, whatever. The traditional Odyssey uses the Irish wax linen, which I love. I think it has such great body to it. Now, what I did was I cut these strands. I'll tell you. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cut 3 strands long. I'll measure it for you. And then I doubled it over. And so, yeah, I cut about 46 inches, maybe a little bit more, maybe 50 inches. And then I doubled it in the center. And then when it was flat, laying flat like this, I macrameed using a second piece of thread, this one. Then I folded it over, brought it together, and macrameed this down. So this macrame is maybe about 1 inch. And what I wanted to do with this was I wanted to use our gate clasps. And I wanted to connect it with this. I just thought, you know what? We had these. I love the way these look. And I'm going to add a dangle to that gate clasp. So I wanted this to be kind of big. This, I think, will look great either as a necklace, a single strand, or we can wrap it twice for a bracelet. Whatever you want, right? I'm going to get a jump ring and I'm going to attach that now. I think I'm going to attach it with one of these, one of my favorite rings that we carry, this oval. And then the beads that I use, let me attach it while I'm telling you that. Where are here we go. I needed some pliers. The beads that I used, and this is all on a project page. The project page was linked this morning in the newsletter, and I'll make it live on the homepage after the broadcast. I didn't want to quite make it live in case we added or took away something or whatever, but I wanted to give you folks an idea of what I was using. I used the Come As You Are mix. I thought, why not? And this is perfect. If you've got monthly mixes that are kind of burning a hole on your bead table, get one out and use it, right? So I use the Come As You Are. We're almost sold out of this for November, but we still have a few. So if you haven't gotten one of the November monthly mixes yet, you can grab one. I used a cube as a nod to kind of the first bead we used in this. This is the tea rose. And then I just got a couple of other colors that I thought went with this Come As You Are. So this is the rainbow pistachio, and this is the maize, the Duracoat silver lined maize. I also grabbed, and I haven't put them in yet, and I'm not sure if I'm going to, I don't know, a 4mm. I kind of like the looks of that. What do you think, Janice?
Oh, I was just, let me look, because I was looking for the link for Owl's Journey. So what are you asking me? I love those. I love
Okay,
them.
then I'm
Yeah.
going to add them in.
Yeah, because I think they bring together the mix
Yeah,
and then the other colors yeah.
yeah, I think you're right.
What are you going to do with the channel bead?
Well, let me tell you what I was thinking about the channel bead.
Okay.
Because I love the channel beads. I think ultimately I've rejected it, but you might see it pop up again. I'll show you. There we go. I
Okay.
don't know why I put it on like this. You can just put the jump ring on and then slide it. But look at how pretty. And this I called Owl's Journey right there. I didn't use shadows. You could. I used, these haven't had love from me in a while. The square spacers, I used those.
Oh,
But you could
yeah.
use shadows. You could use anything.
Mhm.
Let me show you what I was thinking with that, because I was thinking that maybe I would use that channel bead as the closure, as the button. But instead, I wanted to use this gate clasp because I wanted to have this would look great, I think, in a bracelet or a necklace. I also grabbed, we had a lot of the Happy Donuts in gold left, so I used those just for a little bit of bulk.
Now, you know what you could do, Kate, with the that circle closure is if you did multiple necklaces where you ended each side with the loops, like I guess you're going to, right?
I
Then
am, but right,
you could add anything to anything.
right.
That's
So
why
I could
love
do
those so much.
I could do this,
Yeah,
right, and
yeah.
wrap it around. Yeah, exactly. I just love these clasps. I love, love, love them.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
agreed.
find them and then link them for everybody.
You could also add in a length of chain here too, which would be great. Here's that Feel Good. I just have a little piece of it here in the gold, but look at how great this Feel Good chain looks in there. If this were long, obviously, right? Love. You could also add another charm on the bottom and just have that dangle, right?
Yeah, you could. So it's hard for me to link and listen at the same time.
I know. Well, you're doing a great job,
everybody, that I do that.
You're doing a great job, JP. Let me see. I'm going to cut a length. I haven't actually tried this yet, and this may all end in tears, so hang on. This is what I was thinking. These channel beads I love. We've used them for bead embroidery. I want to use them to wrap some wire in there. There's a lot of ideas I have with these channel beads. They're so nicely made, so beautifully done. But what I was thinking was this.
Of course, I can. You know, we're going to need another show for this. Project.
Well, I think I can. This won't take me long. This is a pretty easy finish. But we could. Janice and I were laughing about how all we really need to do is macrame.
Yeah.
Macrame and pearl knot, right?
Yeah.
That's all.
Did I hear wire in there anywhere? Isn't it really knotting is the backbone of stringing?
I knew it. I was just waiting.
You were waiting.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But of jewelry making.
Yes.
Yes.
But we do have parawire coming back in, everybody.
Yeah, the parawire is
That's
on its way.
too.
So here is, I've just added some beads onto here. Okay, and I've just tied this on. And I thought what I might do, because you know, I like doing kind of those tornado-y kind of wraps. And now I'll bring it around to kind of tie it in place, and then I'll put on some more beads. So essentially what you'll have here is kind of a bead that's kind of textile forward, which I like. So see, there we go. It's nice and tight there. Now I'll add some more beads onto this leg. Let me, if we're going to use this, I might as well use it. Let me put this down. And again, if you have just a couple of little beads, you know, a little dish of beads that's kind of wasting away on your bead table, like I always do after projects, it's a good way. Sometimes I just put them into baggies and then they're already in a little mix. So little projects like this are perfect. So you don't have to sort that little spoonful of beads. You can just use them. Once my beads get mixed, they never get unmixed. I know that's not a surprise to anyone. Right, Miranda?
Do people unmix their seed beads?
Some people do.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, Janice does.
Janice, are you a psychopath?
Maybe.
No,
Some people just like to sort them back into their original.
I want that patience.
Yeah.
I'm very unsettled if I have bags of mixed beads.
I get it.
It just rattles me. I don't know why. I'd like them back where they live, I guess.
It's all a different way of, I look at them as little bits of inspiration for sure.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. But I get it. So see, there we go. I'm going to tighten that down. So see what I have here?
That's so cute.
Look at it. So now I can just kind of fill it in with just plain wrapping to kind of get a little more.
Boy, that is cute. That would make a great earring.
It would make an amazing earring, I think. I think it needs just a couple more little beads right there. So I'm going to put it.
This would also look good like on 26 gauge wire.
With this wrapping.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, I thought about using this as the button, you know.
Uh-huh.
Which would look good, but I really wanted to use that push clasp.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be my last wrap, and I'll just, there we go, one there. Just distribute them as you see fit. Then I'll bring it around again And this will be my final knot. I'll tie that knot. And look at what a quick little gift this would be if you throw it on just a piece of leather cord
Mm-hmm.
and a clasp, like a magnetic clasp. You can add a little drop of glue there, but I'm just going to come in. I'm going to clip that. And I'll clip that. Let me get in a little tighter. And it's all set. I would put that, Janice, with the 4mm leather.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Here's the 4mm. I think that bead fits on the 4mm.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could use that 4mm smooth clasp.
The 4mm. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
And you could do it as a bracelet or as a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
that's
everyone
that's
thought
fast.
today we were doing an Odyssey project.
What's that?
And everyone thought we were doing an Odyssey
I
project.
know, right? I'm going to get back to Odyssey, but you asked, so I answered.
That's true. I did. And you could add that diamond glaze to it just to,
You could diamond glaze it 100%.
yeah,
Maybe I will later just to see.
just to finish it off.
Mm-hmm. But it's really pretty. I like it.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. And what you could also do, I mean, I could dangle it there
Dangle it where?
off of that gate.
Oh, yeah, you could.
Hey, Miranda, will you get me a oh, wait, no, I have a scrap. I have a scrap of something. Never mind.
Oh.
I just needed a scrap of leather. Hold, please. So I'll do
What
this.
size is that? Is that like
It was a scrap that was laying here. I'm guessing it's 1.5.
Okay.
That's what I'm guessing.
And
But it
you
could
just
be
did a
one.
double knot?
Yeah, I'm just doing an overhand knot,
Oh, okay.
just like that, to make a little loop at the top, or you could silk wrap it or whatever.
Sharon is saying, oh, could it possibly be that I don't have any channel beads?
Right. Well,
Sharon.
I love these channel beads, and I also love the open, whatchamacall, the little pendants, the open pendants that we have, the little bezels.
Oh, yeah.
They look
They're
so
from that
nice with the
design,
bead
yeah.
embroidery. Yeah, they look so nice. So see, I'm going to kind of cut those here. Look at that. Look, just
Yeah.
there we go.
Very cute.
So nice. So let's see if I can get any, 15 minutes left of the show, and let's finally get to the Odyssey portion, but whatever. Whatevs.
Yeah.
So here, again, I found the center. I macrameed about this much, about an inch maybe, however long I wanted that loop to be.
And then you folded them over each other.
Right. And then brought them together. See this side view?
Mm-hmm.
I brought it together. And then I use those tails to kind of macrame them together.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like 3 or 4 stitches. I could glue this and cut this away. I could add some dangles. I'm not doing anything with these yet. Okay. So I'm just going to come in.
Couldn't you have made those long enough so they could have just been additional threads?
100%. And I thought about that after I did it, because you can see I made this plenty long.
Mm-hmm.
So if I just wrap this around once, I probably have enough. right?
Well, you could also
I could just knot them
as
together.
long as you can, and then
Right.
and add it into another thread and knot them together
Exactly.
so they can, you know,
So they can kind of play along.
yeah, they can play with the other strands.
And so what I did, and this is where Janice's driving on the freeway metaphor comes in. Do you want to talk a little bit about doing
Yes,
that, JP, and I'll keep
I would
stringing?
love to. So Terry was asking earlier about do I like pre-design with the rainbow Odyssey, the different colors, and I think I answered that. But in the event that you're sitting there with a big assortment of beads and you don't know where to begin, my motto is start on one strand and continue on that strand until you go, I don't know what to put on next. And then stop stringing that strand and start another one. And what happens when you do that is that if you look at the first strand as you're stringing the second strand, it's going to inform you about what to use next. We have almost a book I've written
Yeah.
of and I'll link it. It's Tricks of the Trade, and it's about every strand on a multiple strand necklace is like a lane on the freeway, and when you're driving, we don't want a big semi truck on the left and a big semi truck on the right of us. We want to space them out so that they're not going to be, you're in this little VW bug and you've got these two big trucks on either side. You want to space them out so that you can always zip around and not get caught in the middle. Stringing beads are really pretty much the same thing, is that you don't want, or I don't want, now maybe you do, I don't want to have like a lot of beads clogged together trying to merge onto the freeway. I want them spaced out so that there is a gentle flow to the big, the medium, and the little. And that's how I do it.
Yeah.
Now,
And I like that way of thinking because it also doesn't box you into one strand either.
right,
You know,
right.
you're growing your necklace down and across kind of at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me get that. It's an archived project, but the different things that you will learn from Tricks of the Trade, I happen to think it's the
It
most
really is the
definitive
backbone of stringing.
handout I have ever done. So
Yeah. It's really a good one.
if you haven't ever seen it, I would say run, do not walk to Tricks of the Trade. And the PDF, was this before we did, I know we've done videos since then.
Yeah, but Janice, this was way back from brick and mortar when
Yeah.
you would teach. We would do kind of a precursor to this class, which was like a multi-strand kind of a necklace. And then people were like, yeah, but how do I string like you string?
Yeah.
How do I get those color mixes or,
Yeah.
you know? And so that's where this really came out of. And this is one also, JP, I think when we did, when you taught maybe at the whole bead show, or we did something, I feel like we did something like this together in person.
I think we did. I think
so.
I'm zoning out, but
yeah, it's hard to remember.
This is sort of the, I was trying to put on paper what's in my brain.
Right.
And I hope you all enjoy it.
Yeah. I think that, you know, whether or not you're doing like this Odyssey project, or if you're doing anything that's multi-strand, a multi-strand bracelet, or, you know, a big say something necklace, it's all kind of the same idea behind it. We're just using some different techniques and some different stringing materials to kind of make the piece a little bit different. And notice, folks, how I'm stringing this and how I'm knotting. I'm not knotting on either side of this, right? I could have, and you've done that with some of them, especially, but it's the same on this one, this rainbow. See how whoops, I'm caught. Hang on. See how this rainbow one that Janice strung, some of them are knotted on either side, but some just have movement here, right? So you don't have to have a knot on either side of that little component area, that little section.
Yeah, I mean, you really, in fact, I would discourage you from
I would too.
doing that, just because I think it's more interesting for the beads to be able to have some movement.
And you can use your awl to kind of help you move that around, but don't worry too much. So see how this is going down and across. I'm going to do one more section here. And then we'll talk about measuring. So if this is going to be something that'll wrap twice as a bracelet, or wrap once as a necklace, a bracelet for me, for this kind of bulk, maybe 7¼ inches or so.
Yeah, you don't want it too tight, because if this is going to go around and it's got a number of strands, you just don't want it to be able to fall over what I call the hips of your wrist. You know, that wider part. You want it to stay above that, but not be so tight that
it's not comfortable.
You know, on an afternoon in the summer, you wish you didn't have it on. You know, you want to take it off. So
this is, someone asked about the sizes of Irish wax linen. I think it does come in different plies. We carry it in 4-ply.
It comes in 2, 3, 4, and random 7. What we have found is that for the 2 or the 3, you can actually untwist the 4-ply and have 2 or 3-ply.
Like this.
Yeah, you just untwist it, take one out, and then you have 2 or 3-ply to work with. So
which I've done in the past.
Yeah, and you can also take beeswax and or thread heaven and add more coating to it if you want. But it became redundant. We used to carry the 3-ply and I think 2-ply in black and natural, and just became redundant, and just said, wait a second, we can just get 2-ply by undoing it. And that works fine.
So let me show you lengthwise. Let me just put this little last one on here. I'll come in. Let me put feel like I want another cube. And I'll do this. And see how I'll just kind of use my awl to kind of move that knot where I want it. And again, you are putting so many beads next to each other that you're not really worrying about, you know, where you're lining these up. You know, just don't stress about it. So if this were going to be a bracelet, and let's say that it was just going to be a single wrap, I would be almost done. I would come here. This would be where my loop would be. Let's pretend that that's macrame around. So it would sit about here and I'd bring it back and I'd macrame. So this is where, like what Janice did, was she dropped some threads. So you could come up here. I could start my macrame. Then I could cut a few threads away so that the loop isn't so giant, right? Though I might get rid of like maybe 2 or 3. Then I'd macrame around, bring it back down, and then macrame it closed like I did here. And so that could be just a single strand.
Mhm.
Now, if I wanted to, I could wrap this around double, so it would be a little fuller.
Mhm.
And I'm going to measure this, what this length would be. Doubled. The strung part's about 14 inches, which makes sense because this gives me, maybe it's a little shy of 14 because this closure is about 1 inch, right? Or if I were doing this as a necklace,
We can't. Oh, there we see you.
right, I would bring it in a little longer, maybe like this. And then, I'd have all of that strung and have that be the necklace. And this could be in the front. Let me show you. Let me put that down and put this there. Okay. So it just depends on how you want to wear this, right? Pretty easy.
And also, Kate, the beige fire polish, they really become like a design element. And you'll notice as you're doing the designing, there's some patterns that you really like. For instance, the way you have those 3 bone ones sort of close to each other, that could be like you're going to find patterns that you like when you go, oh,
Right.
I like those 4 beads together.
Right.
Well, there's no reason why you can't repeat that pattern that you like in other
Somewhere
places.
else. Right.
And you can use the bone. I would say sprinkle the bone out because they are unique compared to all the other beads. And it'll help your design become more cohesive if you're aware of spacing those out.
Right, especially where you're spacing those high contrast kind of things. Also, like these happy donuts, I'm going to try and be kind of even with them. But I like the idea of clustering these, like maybe I just do a small little section there of that. So that goes there. And then I'll come in maybe over here and put another cluster of those. Let's get that gold in there. And you can keep drawing that wax down to stiffen the end of the Irish wax linen. These 4 mils go through just fine. I also chose a thread for the background that is a little darker because I thought some of these beads are a little lighter. So I thought it gave it a little grounding of that, right? I think, Caroline, the potato pearls won't, it just depends. You would have to check your beads, but you could introduce a strand in here that would just work with your pearls, like let's say the micro Ceylon, and you just string those pearls on that skinnier strand. You could do that.
Yeah, what you could do is you could string the pearls. Let's say you wanted beads with much smaller holes. You're right. You could string those on something like micro single, but you would have to macrame or come around the beads with something because well, I guess maybe for those I would use like a size 2 Griffin silk
You could
so that you can do those
on their own.
beads and it's on a single strand. It doesn't look double. It doesn't have macrame. You can knot on either side or randomly, but you need something that will go through the whole of that those pearls. So
And the Griffin silk has the needle already attached.
yeah,
So
yeah.
and I think it would fall in nicely with what we've got here.
Yeah, you could even use a size 4 or
Yeah,
even
you
maybe
could.
a 6
Yeah.
would fit.
Yeah.
So
see here, I'm just kind of, so that's really it. And then to close.
Can you show us a little more? I think you're out of screen.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
You could just, continue on, like you can see, I'm almost even. I'm going to make these two even so we can see this section. But it doesn't, these really do not take that long to string. And don't belabor it, just go for it and put your beads on.
You can also, Kate, you can knot several together.
Yeah, I could.
And put one larger bead, where the knot is. And this is just
so I could do
so forgiving.
This. We could take this off of this.
Right. I think you're definitely going to need like a smaller. Will you need a smaller bead? Will those?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm going to look.
Okay.
So see there?
Yeah.
This would just, I think all of these, pardon me, would kind of bunch up. You could do this as the center. That would be kind of interesting. You could make several of these. Let's say you could put like one here, multiple strands here, one here, multiple strands there. It's kind of an interesting design element. I like this bead.
It's lovely. It's just lovely.
So play around. I bet if you don't have channel beads, you can toss them in your cart, but this channel bead, I think, has a lot of potential. And I also love the way it dangles from that section up there too. Right?
Yeah. It's just fabulous.
So I think, JP,
can't believe we did it.
We probably covered enough to get some inspiration for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you think?
I do. Do we have a second to show my necklace?
Yeah, I'm going to add this, let me get rid of this. Let me highlight this. There we go.
Okay. So this one is the one many of you know is the one that has the pearl and I think these are Hessianite garnets.
Yeah, the Hessianite. Yeah, so pretty.
And this has a green girl mermaid button on it. And then for the loop, I just made, this is that little leather knot that just keeps holding up. I think I need to maybe glue it again. Then this one is a wine necklace, and I put the clasp like right here, so it hangs like this. So here's the back of it, and then this is the front of it, and it has a couple of charms that I've collected over the years. And then this is the one that's the oldest. And it has a little charm. It has one of my little
Yeah,
stamps.
your jewelry tags. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my little jewelry tags. And then it has, this was at one point vermeil. That's how old this thing is. And then these are little onion gemstones and little small brelettes. And then right in the back for the center, I have a little carnelian. And this is like really, this is old.
It's a nice one. And that's strung on Griffin silk, JP, right?
Yeah, it's on like a 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would go with this. Let me come up a little bit so we can see.
Yeah,
This
look
is
at that little carnelian surprise.
just, yeah. And then this over that. And that's how you create a neck mess, everybody.
Yeah, it really looks nice.
Yeah, you can all do it.
You can, probably
yeah.
with stuff that's on your bead table at this very second.
I'm sorry, what?
With stuff that you have on your bead table
Yes.
this very
Just
second.
do a strand at a time and then put them all together and don't think about it.
So you can see here, this is starting to come together.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Fantastic. It's very Thanksgiving.
It is. It kind of has that kind of fall message to it.
Yes.
But I love how this looks. This is, I think, a really nice addition.
It's beautiful.
And I think I'll just add this onto the sample so you folks can see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll finish the project page so you folks can see it there.
It's so pretty, Kate.
Yeah, I love it.
It's really pretty.
So Janice, we on Friday.
Yeah.
What
are we doing Friday?
We have something that you and I have been working on.
Yes, we do.
So watch.
This is what happens with my hair. I go,
right. I know. Right. Well, maybe, I don't know. Do you want to come on with me on Friday when I put it together?
I sure do.
Because it's your project.
No,
I'm just interpreting.
Well, no, anyway, it's our project.
It is, but it's fun. It's really a fun one.
But it's Kate who gets these ideas in the middle of the night and then said, oh, we have this on the calendar for Friday.
Yeah, it is true. Poor Janice. That is why her hair is standing on end. Look at how great this my neck mess of these two. I love how these look together. So if you like, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. If you like our Across Cultures project, you're going to love this. It's really a good one. We're going to have plenty of kits available. You'll get it hopefully in time to gift if you want to make it. Emily and Miranda are working hard to get all of our orders out. I also wanted to mention before, I can't get this in my ear. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to put this up, the Metals Retreat, that right there up in the corner. That's the QR code for the Metals Retreat signups. We are almost full. We only have less than a handful of spots remaining. So if you want to join us for our Metals Retreat and treat yourself to a holiday gift or tell your significant other, this is what I want for the holidays, sign up. soon, because I think we only have 4 spaces available, I think. Also, next Saturday, a week from this Saturday, is our big online bag making class. I had added a couple of spots, so I think there's only like 2 left, because someone emailed and said, I got the bag kit, but I didn't sign up for the class. Can you please let me in? So I added a couple more spots. Those are there. So, and a big email just went out yesterday. We're doing a little pre-show, a pre-class get together to make sure that all of your materials, so that we're all on the same page. So if you're enrolled in the class and you didn't get that email, check your spam folder or reach out to me and I'll resend it. Your pattern is there. Your Zoom guidelines are there. All of the info that you need, plus the class syllabus is on there as well. Janice, you should have gotten one of those as well, I think.
I did.
See it?
I did. I
Mhm.
did. I have it. Yep. I'm ready.
Awesome. We're going to have so much fun. So
It's all day. I can't believe you're teaching a full day.
it's going to be so fun. I can't wait. It's going to be so
Yeah.
fun. And thank you so much for this kind sentiment. And we echo that sentiment right out to you. Thank you for
Yes.
such a wonderful project, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend,
Yeah.
everybody. Love and peace, 100%. You know, during these kind of crazy times, it feels like things are just speeding up and sometimes careening out of control. But we really, really, really are thankful for all of you out there who show up, who share these broadcasts, who purchase not only from our small business, but from the small business of our friends and fellow small business owners in this bead business. You know, all of us from the Great Bead Extravaganza, for other friends that we see online, you know, that we've been friends with for so long. We really appreciate your support of all of us, because it's not easy being a small business.
Yeah.
But you know what? We are in the trenches, and we are not we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So at least not today, right, JP?
Yep.
We're
Happy and
here.
scrappy.
What's that?
Happy and scrappy.
That's right. That is correct. So we
Yeah.
really appreciate you. Janice and I will be back on Friday
Yeah.
after all of our turkey, after being together in a tryptophan haze.
Yeah.
We will have some fun. We'll have some fun on Friday with that kit. So thank you again. Happy Thanksgiving to those of us who are in the U.S. Happy Thursday. And we're thankful for all of you beyond our borders. We love that we come together in this international place of fun and creativity. So thank you. Thank you. Room for everybody at this bead table, right, JP?
Yes. Absolutely.
All right. Well, from all of us to all of you, happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you on Friday.
Okay.
Bye,
Love you.
everybody.